Hey there. So today I'm going to be talking about the relationships between populations, communities, ecosystems, and biomes. So the formal definitions that we get in our textbook are as follows. Let's see. A population is a group of interacting individuals of the same species occupying a specific area. A community consists of all populations of different species that live and interact in a particular area. An ecosystem is a community where populations of different species interact with one another and with their non-living environment of matter and energy. All of the Earth's ecosystems together make up the biosphere. And biologists have classified the terrestrial portions of the biosphere into biomes. So that's all pretty boring. I mean, let's be honest, it's a textbook. So let's give some actual examples that we can actually relate to. Let's find some examples in Rocky Fork Creek. So there are different kinds of populations in Rocky Fork. Obviously there are different kinds of fish species. There are different populations of darters. There are populations of sycamore trees, populations of cottonwood trees. There are different kinds of crayfish. There's just a bunch of different organisms that live down there, and each species has its own population, so the number of them that are present in that area, because that's their habitat. Now, if you put all those populations together, then you've got the community of the creek. So when you put them together, obviously they're going to start interacting. And so like crayfish eating kinds of fish, that's an interaction within the community. There's crayfish that fight each other, kill each other, different species obviously, and that will be interactions within the community. There are raccoons that'll come in, start eating fish, things like that, and that's them interacting. Now if you step it up and they start adding the environment, and you get the different species in the community interacting with the non-living environment, that's when you now have an ecosystem. So when the snails and the water pennies are on the back of rocks and things like that, that's their ecosystem. Crayfish hide under in the rocks. All of that is an example of how now that is all an ecosystem. So if we zoom out of that ecosystem a little bit and start taking a look at the surrounding ecosystems, such as Darby Creek, or there's Big Walnut, Rocky Fork, things like that, all of those together are going to start making up a biome, one larger area of land in the biosphere. So you can start to take a look at this kind of mathematically. So a population plus a population is a community. Community plus environment is an ecosystem. You take the ecosystem and you add more ecosystems and you get a biome. Simple stuff right there.